Hello and good evening. I'm Victoria Weather Meteorologist Ryan Henning, and I'm here with another forecast tonight, and we're going back to Texas again. The forecast tonight is for McAllen, which is way down in the far southern part of Texas, just upriver on the Rio Grande from Brownsville. And so here's a picture of what appears to be the only large building in McAllen. I've never seen the skyline. I have no idea what it looks like other than that. So McAllen is this MFE here right in the middle of my screen. It's 80 degrees right now with clear skies, and if we look at the satellite, that is not the satellite. If we look at the satellite, we can see that there's really not a lot going on in Texas, but before I scrolled down, you did see this line of clouds extending from the Panhandle down towards the western little angle, the Big Bend area of Texas. And keep an eye on that as we go back to the forecast models. You can see that there's not a lot showing up on the forecast model for that part of Texas, and that's because there's not any precipitation with it. All those clouds are found at the mid-levels or aloft. There's not a lot of surface moisture to allow for the development of showers or thunderstorms. But that's not to say that there won't be any showers or thunderstorms, and there actually is a significant threat for lightning strikes, dry thunderstorms, and forest fires in that part of the world. And the Storm Prediction Center has had extreme fire danger outlooks, red flag warnings for that part of the world for the last several days, and it's for just this reason. The passage of a dry line that could trigger thunderstorms that don't produce any rain to put those lightning strikes out. So that is definitely an area of concern, but down in far southern Texas, there's really not a whole lot going on. This is very similar to San Antonio, except to an elevated degree, because when this system that's producing that dry line moves through Texas, there could be a shower or thunderstorm that you could see on the horizon from San Antonio. But in McAllen, it looks even drier. The NAM does paint a little bit of precip into the McAllen area, but that's mostly just Gulf moisture that could seep in. I think the bigger threat there is going to be more towards Harlingen and Brownsville, and McAllen further inland will almost certainly remain dry for the next few days. So let's take a look at the meteogram for McAllen. You can see temperatures are spiking way up by the 90-degree line. It got up to 93 today in McAllen. I wouldn't be surprised if it reached that level again today. If you read the forecast for San Antonio earlier today, you see that our MOS statistics, which is really the raw numbers and not just a extrapolated line graph, it was significantly warmer than what the forecast models had on our meteogram. So that's what we're looking at right here, this block of text. Those are the high temperatures that I'm highlighting according to GFS. They're a little warmer, up in the low 90s, and actually that does kind of correlate to what we're seeing on the meteogram. So I think that's a good approximation of what our forecast highs are going to be in McAllen for the next couple of days. Low 90s. I am feeling what the GFS is saying today because there's not a lot of small scale stuff that could disrupt it like what the NAM is better at prognosticating. So I will say probably about 90 to 91 degrees each of the next 2 days. Lows down around 70. I can tell you, forecasting from Minneapolis, that's a very unusual forecast for March, but it's not that unusual down in McAllen, Texas. A little warmer than average, but it's not so unusual that it's going to raise any alarms down in that part of the world. So that's going to do it for me. I'm capping it at 2 video forecasts for today. Have a great night. Go to victoriaweather.com to see the forecast numbers from Victoria Weather and our other outlets that we monitor. And once again, have a good night.